So I'm gonna be walking you guys through a full-on complexion routine. We're gonna be starting off with the new Morphe Wake Up Artist color correctors. So if you have any darker pigmentation, sometimes around the sides of the mouth, maybe a little bit on the chin, and a lot of the times it's really common to have darker spots underneath the eyes. So some of us pull those blue undertones, blue purple, blue green. So I'm gonna kind of talk to you about the importance of what shade to use. And you'll find that as soon as we put this on, it's gonna neutralize any of the darkness. You're gonna feel instantly brighter. Blossom is perfect for light skin and it neutralizes a blue-green undertone right underneath the eyes. And the Blossom is basically just going to give you a little bit more brightening from it. So when you're at home reaching for your color corrector, I want you to reach for the peach shade. And just one drop underneath the eye is all you need. So papaya would actually be amazing for your skin. It's really great on tan to deep skin tones. The fourth shade is cinnamon. So this is gonna be great for rich to deep skin tones. But since you want more of a brightening effect, I do think you should stick to papaya. Okay, so Gabby, we need to get into what color corrector would be best for you. I think because you have more of an olive complexion, the peach would be beautiful underneath your eyes. So I'm gonna have you guys grab your color corrector, put a drop on the back of your hand first. And the reason why is because I want you to be able to control this. So I'm gonna have you guys pick up the concealer brush. So that is number 135. And we're gonna be using this for color correction and concealer. So take a little bit of your color corrector and pick it up in the brush and evenly distribute the products over the fibers.
And then do you have any tips for placement of the color corrector?
Yes.
I feel like I always get confused on where to put it, if it's different from like just normal concealer.
When I'm doing color correction, I like to start right underneath the eyes. We want to kind of bring it right where the lashes end. You don't need to bring it all the way up to the eye. And that is because I want it to look as natural as possible. So just start stippling the product on, pick up a little bit more product on the brush, and then place it right underneath the outer corner of the eyes. So just a drop right in the inner corner.
Right there.
That's perfect. And then I want you to do one more drop right here because we tend to get a little bit of darkness sometimes, like right there.
Right there.
Yes, exactly, on the outer corner of the eye. That's perfect.
Wow,
right? It looks so pretty on you.
Yeah.
I just love how it enhances your skin tone and really brightens it up.
The real magic behind this formula is the film formers and hydration. The film formers allow the formula to not settle into the fine lines and wrinkles. We have hydrating ingredients like glycerin and hyaluronic acid that are really known to give that skin the hydrated glow. The result is no dry patches, no settling into fine lines, just a smooth second skin effect.
And I love that it's medium coverage. I feel like there's so many times where we'll put on our concealer and it's not enough. It's not enough. You're seeing a gray ashy undertone come through and really all we needed was a good color corrector. Okay, we're gonna be moving on to the Wake Up Artist concealers. This is a really elevated way to do your concealer. It's going to basically lift and snatch the face. So I'm gonna do a little drop here, kind of how we did the color correction. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit more. And then when you get to the outer corner of the eye, I really wanna utilize the edge of the brush to lift the eyes. So we're basically making a little outer corner line right here to lift the eyes upward. But as you can see, the color correction did so much of the concealing for us. So a little goes such a long way. Now, we could always go for a shade that's more like our skin tone that we kind of see throughout the rest of our complexion, and that would be what a natural concealer would do, because concealing really is camouflaging, but in this case, we're using the concealer in a lighter shade to highlight and bring out more dimension in the skin. I wanna show you how you can highlight the rest of the face and conceal. So just taking a little bit underneath the lip, right on the chin, so just right here, and then I want you to lift the corners of the lips upward. So in this area, we're going to lift up just like that. And then one of my favorite ways to use this, take a tiny bit of your concealer. I'm just taking my brush and holding it at the top of the ear and using this as a guide. I'm gonna create a little bit of a highlight right underneath. This is going to bring out the cheekbone. Hold this at the top, kind of angle it downward.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna blend right underneath that line because I want it to be very faint. So now we need to just set the skin. This is the Bacon Set Powder by Morphe.
Our iconic Bacon Set powder is a finely milled powder that is super lightweight, absorbs oil, but never suffocates your skin.
Translucent is always amazing to have in your makeup bag. I'm gonna be using translucent right underneath the jawline. So wherever we did that concealer trick, we're basically going to apply it right here. I'm gonna use the brightening peach underneath the eyes. This is going to just brighten and enhance the pigment in her skin. So I have a little bit of the brightening pink in the cap. I'm gonna take the 164 brush, just a little bit of product. I like to tap it off so I don't have too much product on the brush. And I'm just gonna blot right here underneath the eye area. So that way we never overdo it with too much product. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing in the T-zone. So I want you to go in and stipple. When you stipple like this, you're kind of removing any shine, you're building up the product. When you sweep back and forth, you shear it out.
I love the brightening pink shade. It just like adds so much like brightness and life to my eyes.
It looks beautiful. You look so fresh. So earlier I placed your concealer right here, and that's gonna be the exact guide for the translucent powder. So taking a little bit of the translucent powder in the cap and picking up with the powder puff. I'm just gonna evenly distribute it like this. And then you wanna make sure that you never overdo it on the puff. So I'm gonna pat the rest of it into my palm for an even distribution of product. So I'm gonna use the tip, just like that. So what you could do is finish the rest of your makeup and dust it off at the end, and that would give you really sculpted cheekbones. And as you can see, we didn't do any bronzers yet, but I love this technique with the translucent powder right underneath your cheekbone because it creates a natural shadow. So just taking the same blender we were using earlier, I'm just gonna make sure we push the concealer in, and now we can go directly on your skin with bake and set. If you're really oily, you're just probably gonna need a little bit of baking, and that just means leaving the powder on for a little bit longer, and then we dust it off. So just tapping right underneath the eyes. I call this a baby bake. This is a more elevated way to bake, so that way you don't accidentally over douse your skin with powder. I'm gonna lock you in for an all day wear and let this melt into the skin.
Wow, that literally looks flawless, especially the under eye area, wow.
Right? I love how it still looks like skin, but yet we still did a nice bake. Okay, I remember you telling me you were more on the drier side. Okay, Cloud Light's gonna be your best friend. It really mimics the look of skin. I feel like when we look at our skin, it's not super matte, your natural skin. It has movement, it has a little glow to it.
What makes Cloud Light so different? The formula has 2 hydrating ingredients like squalane and shea butter that really give a beautiful texture but lightweight feel on the skin. We also have a light reflecting silica that really diffuses the fine lines and the pores on your skin.
So I'm gonna be going in with the 163 brush. This has an amazing shape to it because you can really get around the face fast and easy. Just like that, you can sweep it right across your face and it gives an instant glow. So I'm just gonna apply the shade Sunrise to the tops of your cheeks, and you can see it gives a soft focus setting finish that'll give you an even longer wear. And I know you always need your makeup to stay on long since you have oily skin, so this is gonna be perfect.
Oh my God, my skin feels so balanced and glowing. I love it.
And it looks so bouncy too and healthy. So that's it, guys. We did it. We just went through a phase of color correction, concealing, baking, and setting for all skin types. Now it's your turn.